Shafiq is a very old friend of mine, and we've met for the first time under very different circumstances when we used to live under $1 a day back in college. Today, he's an entrepreneur, he's a visionary, and an engineer who is behind the changing circumstances in science and technology today. He believes of a world without borders, without boundaries, without towers, and in light of the same, he is behind the newest technology of sub-electromagnetic wave communication. And not only did he revolutionize communication, that you can call from one mobile phone to another mobile phone without any towers in the middle, he also went forward and discovered space loop communication technology as well. I have the immense pleasure in welcoming Dr. Shafiq for one more evening coffee with technocrats. It's good to have you here, Dr. Shafiq. Dr. Shafiq, you come from a very humble background, and the time and the society that you came from, religious values were at the heart of the society itself, so much that your father made you go to a madrasa every morning. But it did not quite work out very well with you and the ulema, and so I hear. And the story goes that you hid on a tree so that your father would not quite get to you until it was time to go for school.
Yeah.
So would this make you today as an unreligious figure?
Not exactly. The thing you said is right. I didn't like to go to the catechism classes. It was in the morning. I always wanted to sleep at that moment, at that time. But my father is strictly religious, and he wanted his son to go to catechism classes and learn. But the situation, it was really tough. I used to get the corporal punishment that no, I don't think anyone would like it. And in the evening, I used to hide in the trees so that my father won't be able to get me.
So basically it was your mother coming between you and your father.
Yes,
So
exactly.
probably by evening, okay, your mother would want you in the house and she'd be crying enough to get you back.
Yeah, she used to cry, and she used to call me out and used to tell me, yeah, come on, today there is no punishment. Tomorrow, but you have to go to the catechism classes. But that tomorrow didn't happen.
Yeah, I know, I understand. I come from the very same generation. I understand how the people of the previous generation were. The fathers were very strict, and they'd always want us to do things, okay, that they'd say. They were always this formidable force in the house. And it was always the mothers who would come in between, okay, because they were always the softer side. We would get our things done through the mothers.
Sure.
My father had also asked me to get married to somebody much younger to me, so that I would become the man of the house. But that never quite happened, of course, as everybody knows. I did all my talking the first year, and it has never happened since. Now it's the wife who does all the talking. But coming back to women, and of course the most beautiful woman in any household would be the mother.
Yes.
What do you think would have been the role of your mother in getting you to where you are today?
To be frank, in my childhood, she was almost illiterate. But now I'm really glad she is able to read newspapers. She improved herself, and she always wanted me to excel in what I'm doing. And she is the inspiration behind, and she is a fuel behind my success.
And you keep saying that you need a world without borders. Okay? And this is not just in the case of communicating. It means you have a more social perspective to it. You have a social dream that you're trying to realize with this technological objective. So now you are telling me that I will be able to communicate over here, sitting here in the United States, and my wife in India would be able to give me a call any time of the day, and it wouldn't. My phone is not switched off because I was out of coverage area.
Yes.
I have to say the truth,
Yes.
and so will a million other men out there. In the pain of it all, what truly was your dream and your perseverance? Where did you get it from to move forward with this technological milestone?
You know, this mobile device. We are seeing this mobile device, but there are a lot of other devices which is really helping this device to communicate with each other. For example, it directly communicating to the towers, and towers with other the fiber network, and then to satellite. And a lot of communication devices are coming in. And my innovation is it directly goes to the satellite. Can you please imagine a tower? It's a normal tower. It's revolving around the globe. A lot of towers. So it is directly communicating to the satellite and to the end user. We are just cutting a lot of these equipments, and we are reducing a lot of communication devices. And it is a direct. And one more thing, it has the range all over the globe.
So that's what made it so much more different now.
Yes.
We don't have cables, we don't have satellites, we don't have communication towers, one phone to another anywhere across the globe.
Yes.
But you didn't stop there, did you?
Yes.
You took it much further, and like it is mentioned in your book, you claim, and has been attested by the Global Institute of Space Sciences, you have made the greatest milestone as far as space and interstellar space travel communication may be concerned. You call it the space loop, and kids everywhere are so crazy right now about this. They got cartoons flying all over WhatsApp, and everybody says that Star Trek might actually be happening in real life. What do you have to say about that?
I'm really sorry to disappoint our younger viewers, but anyway, it is just a starting. But no, in order to make it really happen, we have to travel a lot. And one interesting thing, now the astronauts can directly call their wife without any break.
Oh.
And so that means you can even live freely in the space.
Understood. So even Pluto is not space for escape anymore.
Yes.
And this is why space technology needs to improve itself. We need to work on our engines. We need to get on our rockets. We have to go much further than the solar system now. And this is where the scientists and the male scientists are going to get their motivation. That's so delightful to hear. Thank you very much, Dr. Shafiq. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Shafiq.